What's up, people? How's it going? Very impromptu. It's late at night. It's a Thursday night, and currently multitasking. Was cleaning up. Actually, I got something in the stove that I actually really want to eat. So maybe I'll eat that after a bit. Steve wants to talk. So where the hell is Steve? Steve better not be doing this where I make a stream and then he doesn't show up. Show us the crib from jail. I wish. Maybe another time, Cypher. How you been? Hopefully good, people. I don't expect a okay crowd. I mean, there really isn't anything that I particularly want to talk about. I think a lot was talked about yesterday. People know what my position is and where we're gonna take it. What's in the oven? It's like shrimp balls. Yes, balls of shrimp. I went to, I forgot what it was. No Frills. I go to No Frills and I saw like they had like shrimp balls. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll check this out. Maybe it shouldn't be too bad. So I went and got myself some shrimp balls, and I'll see how they turn out. I've tried a lot of seafood stuff from No Frills. Sometimes they're very bland as shit, but I still eat them. Other times it's not bad at all. It's okay. I mean, if you want I guess all right prices, you do No Frills or like Price Chopper. If you want like super expensive shit, you do like Fortinos, right? What else is there? Whole Foods, Fortinos. Where else is there? There's like Whole Foods, there's Fortinos, and there's a few others. I remember when there used to be Bulk Barn, but that kind of faded out. That kind of went to the fritz. Yeah, I'm not a fan of shrimp balls or fish balls. Texture is weird. Farm Boy, you do Farm Boy? Yeah, Fortinos is way too expensive, but I guess people it caters to a lot of people who want to like do that sort of stuff. For me, I'll do Walmart. I'll do Price Chopper. I'll do No Frills. Yeah, way too expensive for like that Fortino stuff. There's another one I'm missing. Uh, um, I don't know why isn't it not coming into my head. I'm gonna think about it and then I'm gonna get back to you. But yeah, the fish balls. I couldn't do the fish balls. I don't know. There's just something about it. Trader Joe's. Yeah, Loblaws. Yeah, Cipher, you're right. Loblaws. Yeah, what level is Trader Joe's on? Because we don't have that in my area, Canada. I can't say for the whole of Canada because certain areas are different. I mean, certain areas have zeros, other areas don't. Safeway, my God, isn't like where the hell is Safer? Isn't that like wow, okay, that's kind of different. Okay, you don't know what any of these brands are. Okay, like they're just supermarket brands, and pretty much they're like tiered brands. Like you got your low level supermarket brand, then you got your like just about average, then average slash above average, then you got your, like your top tier stuff would be like Whole Foods and stuff. So Whole Foods would be up there a little bit. Loblaws, Fortinos. That's where you get like your expensive stuff, types of cheeses and other things that you would never get like at a regular supermarket. You can get there. Meats, specific types of meats. There would be a deli in there as well, where you can get like different types of cuts, all types of pretty much fancy stuff that the typical person would not exactly want to spend their money on because it's just like they feel, just the regular fish or I don't know, chicken or beef would be good. Sup, AK, how you doing? Yeah, the Canadians pretty much are talking, but hey, I do like Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is pretty good. I mean, I'll even freaking go to Costco, but Costco is kind of. It really depends if I want to buy stuff in bulk. Longo's is nice. Yes, thank you, Cypher. Yes, those are the big three ones. There's the Loblaws, the Fortinos, and the Longos, or like the top of the top tier brands, along with Whole Foods. The type of stuff if I fill my card up and spending hundreds upon hundreds of dollars. How you doing, AK? What's up? Did you wanna come on panel? Did you want to talk a bit? I don't know what happened to Steve. Steve told me to come live, and then all of a sudden, Steve is like nowhere to be found. Steve, listen, if you want me to come live because you got something to talk about, then you gotta get on the panel. You can't be doing this sort of stuff. Sup, Scotty? How's it going? Reminds me of wrestling, Scotty Too Hottie with Grandmaster Sexy. You guys used to watch wrestling like that back in the day? One of those guys unfortunately died. I forgot who it was, but that was like, yeah, it was um mhm. Yeah, Grandmaster Sexy unfortunately passed away. May he rest in peace. That was back in 2018, but I remember when it was the two cool guys back in the day, Too Cool, Scotty Too Hottie, and Grandmaster Sexy. Yummy. Yeah, Yummy. Like, why? Where are you, Yummy? All right. Well, I mean, we can host an Opal panel. Maybe we'll ask questions, chit chat, do whatever. Uh, Interesting. All right. Well, I'll wait it out. Like I say, okay, if you want to come up. Oh, Yummy just posted a video. Okay, well, maybe I'll wait and see what he has to say. If also Bali wants to come up. I also wanted to also um check out something from Sagittariousshawty. Maybe I will do that. The video that she put out where she talked about the story time, how a Facebook date almost cost her life. Like I did kind of reference this a bit, where I said, there certain things shouldn't really be glamorized, especially when it comes to, yeah, I did see that Bali is live now. Okay. All right. Well, let me put this on. I guess I'll watch this story, and we'll take heed of what happened to Sagittariousshawty, and I'll change the title of this video. Let's go.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys the story on everything that has been going on with me for like the past 3 to 4 days. Um, Before I get into like what actually happened, I'm gonna tell you guys like everything leading up to what happened, like the backstory and everything. So, okay, I don't know if I should be pulling up dates or not. Like, I don't know. Hold on, guys. All right, so
Hey Deb, how's it going? I wonder what happened. Well, I kind of really. All right, so Sagi almost died. This is sinister. You need massive trigger warning. Oh, really? Yikes, man. Okay, well, thanks for telling me. Trigger warning, people, as usual. Well, I shouldn't say as usual because that's more like a DLF thing where I gotta say as usual because he likes to shock people. If Nadine is saying I need to put a trigger warning, I guess I'll put up the trigger warning, and we'll have a conversation about it. She was taking forever to get to the point. Oh, she has to get victims compensation. Well, we'll see how this is gonna play out.
hold on, guys. Thursday, January 30th. I went out on a date with a man from Facebook dating. Okay. For those of you who know, who've been watching my channel for a while, I used to do Facebook, I mean, not Facebook dating, but I used to do dating vlogs, Tinder vlogs, Hinge vlogs, whatever. So I downloaded Facebook dating,
Yeah,
in
it's
hopes
still
to bring back
updating.
dating vlogs, but this time it would be Facebook dating vlogs just because, I wanted to try a different dating thing. Um, the dating vlogs brought in a lot of views and money for me. I've never really ran into any issues with it before. Um, so yeah, I decided, like, hey, like, I'm single, I'm bored, I guess. I want to bring in more money, more views. So let me just bring back the dating vlog. So on, yeah, so Thursday,
Well, yeah, I have noticed she has been putting up a lot of live streams, doing a lot of live streams, entertaining her audience, which is what she should have been doing in the first place for years, rather than putting a video up and then leaving for a whole week and not coming back. I mean, if she didn't want to do the telly life, the lifestyle of, being a SCX worker, one of the better things would be do your YouTube live streams, maybe hop over to TikTok every once in a while and, just get her done.
January 30th, I decided to go out with this man. There was a vlog posted about this. I did vlog this, but it has since been taken down. So, yeah, if you guys are gonna go back and try to find it and watch it, it has been taken down, and I will lead up to like how that became about as well. So we met up. He Ubered me from my house to Jack Astor's at Dundas Square, whatever. We went out for dinner. I vlogged like me getting ready ish for it. I vlogged me like walking towards like the place, meeting up with him. We had dinner.
Oh
He
my
didn't
God. Shouldn't this guy know who Sagittariousshawty is? There's no way these guys that date her um no don't know who Sagittariousshawty is. Like every 6 months knows what who Sagittariousshawty is. Plus, if you're gonna date Saggy and she's doing this, I mean, of course like it puzzles me how or why guys do this and then allow themselves to be filmed. I mean, if I see a 6 man that I know, pulling up on Sagittarius shirt and taking her on a date, I'm gonna clown. Kenny remembers, yes, Kenny. She'd be taking high risk, especially if certain situations happen. There's a lot to this. What's Jack Astor's? Jack Astor's is a restaurant at the caliber of Garden. I guess. Wait a second. Shouldn't you know what Jack Astor's is, Nadine? They don't have Jack Astor's like out in Western Canada. Serious?
really eat or
Okay, Jack Astor's is okay. Let me do another Canadian equivalent. Jack Astor's is like going to Denny's, but a little bit above that because I kind of rate Denny's, but I don't rate Denny's that high. So it's kind of like that.
anything. The whole night he kept telling me how tense I look, whatever, whatever. I don't know if I should be getting into details like this. The whole point of this is to just tell my story, so I don't know. Maybe I should just leave details about him out. Um. Anyway, so we went out to dinner, then we went back to his place. We went back to his place. We ended up engaging in sexual activity.
Mm-hmm.
Um. I had vlogged his bathroom as I usually do in
My
my
God,
dating vlogs, as I have many, many times before. Am I saying that as in like that's an okay thing to do? No, I'm aware like what I do is like, not exactly what's the word? Like
cool, kosher.
nice, I
Yeah.
guess. No.
All right. If you've never seen her whole spiel with these dating vlogs, where she typically goes in the guy's bathroom and then typically, most of the time, almost always, shit talks them. Maybe go through the medicine cabinet, put the camera around to see if it's clean or dirty. But then again, if you're really gonna invite a lady over to your place, you gotta make sure your bathroom's clean, your bedroom's clean. Like it's a priority. Because no one should be invited over if there's like piss stains on your toilet. I'm just saying. Like that's the number one thing you have to do.
Because I've never like okay, so like when I go out on these dating blogs, if you guys have seen them in the past, like I'll film me in the bathroom, be like, hey, like I'm in the bathroom, da da da. And so I did that. I filmed me in the bathroom. I filmed like parts of his bathroom. I filmed one little conversation of us in the living room. I filmed me like in the living room, just like on like his couch or whatever. Anyways, so I ended up leaving his house after that. I posted the vlog, whatever, whatever. And then
Yeeks.
he had been texting me, asking me to hang out again. So he asked me to hang out again on. Just give me a second, guys. I gotta pull this up. I should have screenshotted this before I started it, but clearly I didn't think that far ahead. He asked me to
Wow.
hang out again
Okay,
on.
can anybody kind of tell me where's this man's from? This sounds like a Scarborough man's. I'm not even hating on Scarborough man's, but I'm just gonna say this sounds like a man's from Scarborough is my first guess. My second guess would be North York man's, and then my third guess would be Tri Cities man's, as in Cambridge, Kitchener, Waterloo type of man's. This is what this sounds like. But I'm just saying.
Okay, on Thursday, February 6th, he said, hey, you, how have you been? I said, pretty good, kind of sick. How about you? He said, okay, I'm sorry to hear that. I wanted to ask you if you wanted to order a pizza, chill, and fool around for a bit tonight. But since you're sick, I suppose that you probably won't be able to come. Also, had a nice surprise for you. This is like key information here. Also, had a nice surprise for you. It's all good. I'll show it to you another time. Okay? That's key information. That was Thursday, February 6th. Then we said that we were going to chill.
Opiate labored breathing. Nadine coming in the clutch. Nurse nurse clinician Nadine.
The next week on the Thursday. I said I had to host an event at a club, which when I got the dates mixed up, I didn't actually end up having to host. Then he said, how about Friday? Then I said, never mind, my thing is next week, Thursday's fine. He said, okay, perfect. See you Thursday. I said, okay, sounds good. Then he texted me on Wednesday, February 12th, said, hey, you is 9 p.m. okay for tomorrow. Um, Anyways, the date came around. He ended up being sick. He sent me a picture of Tylenol and Gravol saying he tried to fight it off. He couldn't, and he was horny, and it sucks that he couldn't fight it away because
Oh
he's
my
horny or
god.
whatever. Anyways, didn't end up chilling. Then we made plans for
All right.
um
Anybody in Ontario right now, your ass better have voted at the very minimum 2 hours and 8 minutes ago because we had a election night. Still is election night. I mean, I gotta check out the polls, but we were voting in either the same or in your premier, which is for you Americans, is the equivalent of a governor. So that's pretty much what we're doing. So of course I went to the polls. Rain, sleet, or snow, it wasn't gonna stop me. I had to go out and exercise my right as a Canadian citizen. Uh, okay, so it seems Doug Ford is still the premier. PC's third straight majority government. Yeah, I figured that Doug Ford would still win by pretty much a landslide. No, Trudeau's replacement is still being decided, but the premier is still now Doug Ford, that has been laying out plans to counter Donald Trump's tariffs here in Ontario. A lot of other premiers have been doing the same thing, doing retaliation counters. I mean, come on. Bali wants your viewers
for the
back.
Sunday. He said we could chill on Sunday. I messaged him. I said, so I'm guessing you don't want to chill tonight anymore. He said, oh shit, forgot we were supposed to see each other. Tonight doesn't work. I have a midterm and a presentation. He is in school. That's
Where's
also, I
Steve?
feel like,
I
good
have no idea,
information
Belly.
here. Um, then he asked if we could
He
chill
just screwed
Thursday.
off.
I said, I'm hosting an event at a party. Then he said Friday. I said, Friday works. He said, okay, perfect. See you Friday. So Friday comes around, the Friday that just passed. He messaged me. He said, I'm calling the Uber right now. What's your address? Ordered my Uber, went to his house. Okay. I went to his house and holy shit, man.
Okay, unless Canada becomes the 51st state, that is gonna be a big ass state with lots of different territories. You know what? I'm really up in the air with this because I'm not the type of person to just say no to something without actually thinking it through. Because sometimes my thoughts isn't necessarily, the best thing that can happen. I'm not an economist. I don't have a PhD in the stuff. There's a lot of very skilled individuals that can weigh the pros and cons for Canada being part of the USA. But I think you guys tried that before. You know that war. What was it? 1812, right? And then we had Laura Secord was big snitching. And remember, that's why we got them Laura Secord chocolates because Laura Secord was big snitching. And I gave you guys away, and then that was that. Let's not get into it further, but it wouldn't be the first time that the USA was entering Canada or tried to, and there was a little bit of a war, a little bit of a tiff.
I didn't even start talking about it yet. Hold on. I went to his house and we hung out. I like took my little vlog before I went. What
I actually wanted to have Steve on. Steve messaged me and said that he wants to talk, and then he disappeared. So I got to change the title.
I went back a second time. I just wanted to do a second part of the vlog. In all honesty, is that the best idea? Probably not. Do I have the best ideas all the time? Not really. Um, but yeah, the first vlog did good. I would thought, hey, let me go back for a second vlog. I have no interest in this man or anything. The whole purpose was this was solely for the vlog, if I'm being
Jesus.
completely honest.
Okay, so you had sex with the dude, you had no interest in him, then you went back to a vlog and he's supposed to what, just be cool about that. It really depends on the vlog. I guess if she was nice on the vlog, then it'll be fine. But if she's saying mean things, then you gotta be aware. Like the atmosphere these days could be a hell of a setup, especially a lot of guys in Toronto knows about Saji. If you're a six man's, you're gonna know about Sagittarius, Shawty. You have to.
For those of you who watch my lives, you can
Sagittariousshawty.
attest to that. I think that's the word. Anyways, so I went to his house. I got in there. As soon as I walked into his apartment, the first thing he said to me was that I looked tense. Again, the first time we hung out, he would not stop talking about how tense I looked or whatever. Anyways, he told me I looked tense. He asked if I ever smiled. I hinted a bit of an attitude from him. I'm not gonna lie. I even texted the group chat that I had with my mods, and I said he's being kind of rude. I felt a little bit of a weird energy when I got in, but nothing like too red flaggy. So I just continued to hang out with him. We turned on American Pie. He asked me why I'm sitting so far from him or whatever. I like cuddled up next to him. Then we started to fool around, as he says, I guess. Um, we had we participated in sexual activity again.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
and then
So she didn't want to do that, but she still did because she just said she only went there for the vlog. So do you really have to like F the guy to have this vlog? You can't abstain from him being in your crotches.
after he went down on me or whatever, he asked me if I wanted to do 69.
Oh my god. What is these mans are desperate. Six mans are fucking desperate if you're really licking Sagittarius Shawty's coochie. I'm just saying.
Him. Um, and then after he went down on me or whatever, he asked me if I wanted to do 69, and I was like, no, I don't want to. Or I said no, and then he said, why not? And I said, no, I don't want to. And then he said, okay, I want to. And he was kind of just like, I don't know, that was kind of a red flag too, because it was just kind of like an aggressive tone. Then he asked me if I could give him, oral, and I said no. And then he said, why? And I said, because I just got my lips done. And he was saying something like, why would you get your lips done, knowing you were gonna come over?
What does lips have to do with anything for for sucking the D? I'm just saying you can kind of gum it up, you can kind of teeth it. I'm just saying, come on, what really does lip play have to like it? If you said, "Oh, I can't suck the D because I got my tongue done," I totally get it because your tongue is critical. But what does your lips got to do with it? What your lips?
And we were going to be doing sexual things. Anyways,
Listen, Cypher, I'm actually being practical here. What the hell does your lips have to do with licking on that D? Like it's a lot of tongue work, a lot of gum play.
fast forward, we finished fooling around or whatever, and I look at him and I say like, okay, I'm gonna head out soon. And then he says, okay. He turns off the movie, and um, he's like, oh, before you go, I forgot about your surprise. And I was like, okay. And he turned on my YouTube channel onto the TV.
Oh my god, okay.
More specifically, the video of me vlogging
Right,
me going
Sassy.
there. And I don't know exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of, you have some explaining to do, or something like, um, we need to talk about this or something. I don't recall exactly what his words were, but it was something along the lines of that. So I just kind of look at him and I was like, okay, like I'm gonna go. And like I started to like, go to grab my purse or whatever so I could leave. He said, no, you're not going anywhere. I said, yeah, like I'm gonna head out. And he said, no, you're not going anywhere. I went to go get up. He got up and he starts blocking me from leaving. Um, for like a visual image, his living room, like when you first walk in, like there's the kitchen, then you have to like turn this way, and there's like a closet and like a thing that holds blankets or whatever, and then his couch is like in the middle of the living room. So I got up from the couch, I tried to leave, and I had tried to like turn this way, and the door
Upside
was
your
like over
talks.
here. He got up, he started blocking me. Okay, boom. So
Unfortunately, girl magic, we cannot have tasers in Canada. Yeah, Jessica Yaniv learned that the hard way. Two, we can't have beer mace in Canada as well. Yes, extremely restrictive, right? Beer mace, as in, substitute for pepper spray. You can actually have beer mace in Canada if you're using it on beers, but if you have it as a pepper spray substitute, it's illegal because the law is ruled and judged around the purpose of your items. So if you're using your beer mace slash pepper spray to pepper spray somebody, if you need it, it's illegal. But if you're actually using it on beers, it's not. It's kind of like how I can have like a freaking 16-inch knife in the front seat of my car. The cops stopped me. They're like, "Oh, what's that knife for?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I use it to like peel my apples. See, I have like two apples in my lunchbox." They're like, "Okay, cool. You can have it. You can have that. That's fine. You already told me what it was." But then if I was like, "Oh, it's for me to protect myself," then that is extremely illegal. So once again, in Canada, it's just based in purpose.
he starts blocking me. I'm like, I'm going home, like, let me go. He said no. He's like, you're not going anywhere. Then he starts mouthing off about my video.
Exactly, Cypher. Just like how I said, yeah, it's legal. It just really depends on the purpose. So if you're near the woods, it's legal. But if you're downtown with beer, mace, it's not legal because it's obvious that you're using it to protect yourself.
Talking about how I've been talking about him, about how he's going to call the cops on me, about how what I did was illegal, about how he's reached out to YouTube to get my channel taken down. And uh they asked him for like evidence or whatever, and that all that stuff.
Well, that guy's bullshit. Just because she blogged about her, that you can't. That's there's nothing illegal about that.
Sorry, I'm trying to think here.
Yo, six mans. I hate being a six mans. I'm a six mans, but I think other six mans are completely backwards. Like, why the hell would you hook up with Saji and go down on her 1 is 6'9", and all this entire time you wanted to go off on her because she made a vlog about you? Like, shouldn't you already know this? This is what I'm not getting. I'm like, shouldn't everybody know that Sagittariusshawty like will vlog you and then shit talk, but she'll still fuck you though? I mean, at least she'll do that, but she'll definitely shit talk you.
Anyways, so he was telling me that I need to take the video down, blah blah blah. So give me a second, guys.
Where's discernment? Six mans don't have that
I wrote it in my journal
because they're horny.
It's so hard for me to just like remember like kind of off the bat what the fuck happened. Um but he was being really aggressive, you know, taking a really aggressive tone with me. I started to get really scared. Oh yeah, he kept asking to see my phone, telling me to take down the video, saying he contacted YouTube, being very aggressive, yelling at me, still blocking me from leaving. He's was really like I already said he was being really aggressive. He was like, you do YouTube for validation because you're a disgusting fat slut, you're dirty, da da da.
Okay, the same one that he just went down on. Yeah, come on, dude. That is so coping. He's coping. I love kombucha. Oh my god, I want some kombucha now, especially the ginger one. It's so freaking good. The strawberry is good too, but I love the ginger.
Da. Um, just saying how disgusting I am, like hard to look at. Um, I started to scream for help because I, at that point, realized he was not letting me leave. Um, any attempt that I made to try to leave, he would block me off. He is like 6'1", 6'2". He's not necessarily the easiest person to just shove aside and get away from.
Okay, I totally get that. I mean, that is a very horrible situation, but we can do big brain, but like, oh, you still want a 6'9", daddy? Then when you catch him in the 6'9", you grab onto his balls and grab his sausage and be like, I ain't letting go. Like, use your teeth with that shit. How tall is Saji? Yeah, I think I kind of forgot. How tall is Saji again? Maybe 5'6", 5'7", maybe 5. I don't know. I gotta actually look that up. She could legit still use her weight against an attacker though. But you gotta know how to use it properly, Sassy. Like, yeah, if you kind of lean in and you know, maybe get some momentum and stuff. You think she's around 5'5"? Yeah. Let me look that up because I totally forgot now. Deb said that young girlfriend whose ex was annoying her. We can't get gunner mace here and was so told her to get a nail gun by her bed. Thread. Oh, wow. Do a Lorena Bobbitt on him. I mean, if I was gonna do this and use my big brain, then yeah, I would think, them that Jenny Taylor is kind of sensitive. I think he would think twice. Just saying.
Anyways, He kept telling me to remove the video and any videos that I had in my phone of him. I took out my phone and yeah. So I took out my phone, I deleted the video. That literally still was not good enough for him. He was still telling me, like, let me see your phone. He kept trying to get me to give him his phone and show him videos that I had in my camera roll and make sure that all those were deleted, etc. Um,
Oh, this is
I'm
so
not
hard for
exactly sure
her.
at what point I started to scream for help, but I do recall screaming for help quite a few times.
All right, to be honest, and let me be fair, I really feel for what she went through, but still, we gotta use your brains here. If you're really gonna shit talk a guy after vlogging the date, go in the bathroom, maybe show his bathroom, because that's what she typically does, and shit talk him, don't go back there because then you're not using your brain. Because I would think logically, if especially in this dating climate where somebody could wanna do something to you or try to do something because of what you said, like look at the shit that I've been through. So call me with you know who. Ooh, I just did a Biggie verse. Oh, okay. But I'm just saying, on her part, it's like, why are you going back there when you're shit talking the guy? And on his part, he's really dumb. Where after he got the nookie, then he wants her to like delete the shit, and now he is keeping her in her home, which I mean is super illegal here in Canada. You can't just hold somebody against their will like that. I mean, he's crossing a lot of lines that I would never dare to because I like my freedoms, okay? Because if Saji said something, she could even say something right now, tomorrow, a year from now. He could definitely be in big shit.
Um, like he was looking like really scary. Like I'm not gonna lie,
Not
like
yet, Deb.
I was really scared. I always I've always thought about these situations and how like, oh, like yeah, if this ever happens, like I'm gonna do this, this, and this. In the moment, I just froze the fuck up. Like all I could think about is just trying to stay like calm, trying to like listen to what he was saying by, deleting the video, everything like that. I didn't try to fight back or anything. I felt that if I did try to fight back or anything, the more aggressive he would get and the more angry he would get and the more violent. Well, he didn't get violent at this point yet, but I felt like he was going to get violent if I got violent. If I tried to fight him off or anything, that would just make him more mad. It would escalate the situation. So I just tried to stay calm in the moment. Um, But yeah, so after I had deleted the video, he kept trying to see my phone to see if I had more videos of him that needed to be deleted. I told him no repeatedly. I knew I was in danger and I wouldn't have time to go to my phone to call 911. I was on this phone. What
Yikes, man.
He kept trying to get to my phone. I basically had to like go like this basically. The only thing I could really think of is I went in and I just clicked, whoever was here and I called them. So I called my friend and I was screaming for help and I said, call 911. And he then proceeded to hang up the call on me. He just kept saying, hang up the call, hang up whoever you're calling, hang up. And then he decided to hang up the call for me. After he hung up the call for me, I was screaming for help again because he was getting even more aggressive. Like he was genuinely scaring the fucking shit out of me.
Hurl says I wouldn't call her trauma dump prison. This kind of content shows us kinda, but not like this. Usually it's like, she'll tell a story, but it typically doesn't turn out like this. Even the Kenny one seems like less serious than this, and that story was like just out of pocket.
Um, Tried to take my phone from me, screaming at me and being aggressive. He then choked me from behind. He came behind me and he started choking me from behind. He pulled me from my neck down to the ground and continued to choke me like this. Um, my my neck has been like swollen and hurting all weekend. Today after showering, I just realized in the mirror that I have bruises.
Oh my God.
I've never been more happy to see bruises because now I have more evidence that he did in fact assault me. But yeah, he choked me like this as I was on the ground. Um, I
Oh,
started
I feel sorry for her. This is pretty sad.
screaming for help even louder. Obviously, help did not come. Um, he was choking me from behind, brought me down to the ground, still choking me. I'm screaming for help again. He lets me go and he took my phone from my hand and he put it up to my face to try to get it to unlock it. When I'm wearing makeup, my phone does not recognize my face, so it therefore did not unlock, fortunately.
Sorry to hear, Sassy.
Anyway, so I ended up getting up. Throughout this whole ordeal, too, he was threatening to K me, KILL me, um, which was part of the reason I was screaming for help and screaming for somebody to call 911. Um, uh, as we were arguing, I tried to get more and more close to the door so that I could, like, make a run for it. Just get
Okay. Can I say something? If I was in that situation, why just not do whatever he says? Like, if he wants to see your phone, then unlock your phone by your pin. If you can't do face recognition, do it by pin and just show him the phone so you can just delete everything. Like, your life is worth more than fucking videos in a phone or your phone itself. Just throw the phone on him, get the fuck out of there. Be like, yo, just take the phone. You can have the phone, whatever. I'm just leaving. Like, your life is worth a lot more than putting yourself in this super shitty situation where she could have easily been unalived.
away from him. I honestly just wanted to get out of the apartment. I was basically just like trapped like in his apartment. It just um I figured that, once I got closer to the door and like outside of his actual apartment, like I'd feel like, more at ease, like safer. Um I almost left without my shoes. Actually, I didn't even have my shoes on me or anything. My jacket, my keys, everything were still in his place. All I had on me was my purse and my phone, until he took it. I almost ended up leaving without my shoes on. I kept going closer and closer to the door, and
Yeah, Nadine is right. Like, when you scream help, 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 people can help you, but typically they won't, especially in this society. It's actually better to scream fire. A lot of persons that teach any type of training to defend or protect yourself would actually say that it's better to scream fire.
just trying.
People ignore fire unless there's an alarm to go away. Shit, I was in the grocery store like two days ago. No, was it two? Yeah, it was Tuesday. I was in the grocery store Tuesday. The freaking fire alarm was on, and people were acting like nothing was going on. And as soon as I went in there, I heard it. I'm like, you do know we're legally supposed to get the F out of this grocery store as soon as we hear the fire alarm. It doesn't matter if it's false or fake. We're supposed to get out. We shouldn't just keep shopping, getting your milk, getting your freaking cookies, getting your pasta in a freaking grocery store when the fire alarm is blaring. But nobody did anything.
to, just get away from him. I end up making it to the door. I unlock his apartment. He's standing in the doorway of his door. I'm like I'm like right in front of his door and he's in the doorway. He told me that he was going to keep my phone. Um but now that I had been outside of his apartment, I felt safer and I decided to ask for my phone back. Um he wasn't giving back my phone. He was still being aggressive towards me, so I reached my hand towards the fire alarm and tried to figure out how to pull it. He then he was telling me no, no, like don't touch it, like whatever, whatever, and he chucked my phone down the hallway.
All right, so it's an apartment building. Judging by the fire alarm thing, it's an apartment building. Plus, it says chuck their phone down the hallway, so we know it's an apartment. So as it says, good Samaritans are far and few these days because of the things that happen to the men on the New York subway. People don't want to get involved. Yeah, yeah, people don't want to get hurt. People don't want to get into situations. Well, for of course people don't want to get hurt, but I think it's more like people have been in situations where, let's say, you see a man and a woman, fighting. You think the guy might hurt the lady. You get involved. Maybe you get hurt, and then seconds or a minute later, you see that lady still with that dude that she was maybe screaming at or asking you for help. You get hurt, you get knocked out, and then she still leaves with the dude. Like, that shit just happens so much that people have now just become desensitized to this stuff.
He then told me
Sup, Holly?
if I ever speak about him on my channel again, he is going to come to my apartment and kill me because he knows where I live because he had ordered my Uber.
Yikes.
I know I'm sitting here telling the story time, even though I just told you that he said he was going to kill me if I speak about him on my channel, but this is my story and I'm telling my story, and you're not.
I can also say pretty much everybody kind of knows where Sagittariousshawty lives. If you're from the greater Toronto area, you know she lives in Saga, and judging by her background right there, that is straight up next door to Square One. So it's like, it's not that hard, to be honest with you.
Channel, but this is my story and I'm telling my story, and you're not going to scare me into posting on my channel about something that happened to me. I then started to run towards the front of the apartment, scared that he was going to come after me. I picked up my phone. I called my friend back, and I was literally hysterical, screaming, crying. I told him to call 911, call 911. I got out of the apartment. I heard a door open, what I thought was him coming after me, but I guess it wasn't because there was nobody there. But I went out into the freezing cold. I walked up the street to get away from his apartment, so that I was more safe. Um, and yeah, I was just hysterical. I was literally screaming, crying, shaking. There was a neighbor walking by. He was walking his dog. He stopped. He stayed with me while I waited for my ride. My friend ended up ordering an Uber to me. He was not close enough to come just pick me up. So the closest option was for him to order an Uber for me to go to him. Um,
That's still so sad.
um, sorry. He then, as soon as I left his house, he had texted me. This is what he had texted me. He said, I hope for your sake that you deleted the video or else I'll go to the cops. Never mention me again on your fucking channel. You can come grab your coat and your keys. This is the moment that I had realized that I had left my keys in my jacket pocket and that I couldn't even get into my apartment. You can come grab your coat and your keys. I won't hurt you, but I will have your channel deleted though. Just a heads up. I have downloaded the video already, just so you know. The fact that he
Uh,
texted me that, talking about how he's going to call the cops after just literally basically holding me a captive in his apartment and choking me out on the ground is fucking beyond me. I don't know how on earth he thought that he was going to be able to call the cops and just, hey, 911, this girl posted about me on her channel. Oh yeah, but I also just held her captive in my apartment and choked her on the ground. Can you guys come and arrest her? Like, I don't know how the fuck he thought. I guess he saw it playing out different in his head. Maybe he thought that I was just gonna run off and let him get away with it. But no. Just
yeah, I really think he thought that she was maybe not gonna call the cops and whatnot, because of who she is. But yeah, that is still pretty scary. But what I can say at the end of the day, if you're gonna make videos where you're gonna shit talk a dude, don't go back to his house in his place where he has a lot of control, because that is gonna end up in a extremely scary situation, and it did for her. Now, hopefully, she can consider better options if she's gonna like make those types of videos, because people will look her up. I still can't believe like this dude didn't know who she was. Maybe somebody who knew who he was told him about this, because I am flabbergasted. It's like, how could you not know? Like, Saji is like known in the city for like doing this sort of stuff.
threats. No, I'm not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can threaten me. You can. I'm not somebody that's just gonna let somebody get away with pulling shit like that with me. So
Yeah, and considering the fact that she's been through this with like Johns and all types of people before, if you know her past, you know her past. That a lot of guys have, tried shit with her. So I mean, good for her standing up and whatnot. It's the best thing to do is do whatever you need to do, and take care of yourself, your mentals, your physical health, and we'll see what happens. The guy shouldn't be doing that to you, Saji.
um I'm literally shaking right now. Holy fucking shit. Okay. Anyways, yeah, that I can just tell it right off by this. Anyways, so I then Ubered to my friend. My friend then drove me to the police station to give a statement. I gave a statement. They went and picked him up and had him in custody. They grabbed my jacket and my keys for me, brought the jacket and keys to the police station for me. Um,
Good. I mean,
I
because that was really dumb on that dude for doing what he did over a fucking video. I know his ass got charges on him. Stupid. Isn't Saji's docs Nona and out there? Yeah, pretty much. Just look out the window, man. Yeah, it's so. This view is so familiar to me. Like, you could just tell what building she's in looking at her background. I mean, if she really wanted to stay anonymous, she shouldn't be having the background in view like that. But yeah, it is known and it is out there.
for me. Um, I was literally in the police station by myself, shaking, both from being cold and in literal fucking shock at what had just happened. I am obviously aware that I played a part in this by posting the video and all of that stuff and talking about him online, but I don't think that justifies what he did to me. I have been in situations before where the men that I have logged the dates have found out about the video and they, asked me like a fucking normal person to take down the video. Never have somebody premeditated doing all this to me, the whole surprise thing, like he planned this whole thing out. The fact that he had to get one last nut off of me before doing this is honestly just fucking sicko behavior. There's just so many things that like
Does her family associate with her? From what I know, yeah, her dad talks to her, her brother talks to her as well. He is a pretty decent rapper. He goes by the moniker Little White Lies because he's a white guy. You get it,
make me feel so uneasy about the situation. Like the fact that he planned it out, the fact that he had to have sex with me one last time, the fact that he thought, like, the fact that he called me disgusting, dirty, fat slut or whatever after having sex with me for a second time.
yeah. And then wanted to 69 with you, yo. That guy's trash. Throw him out. Who the hell would does that? Like that guy's weird, man. So you wanted to 69 the gal, knowing you're gonna confront her over a video she made of you, but you still asked her. Like it doesn't make no sense.
The fact that he thought that he was going to be able to call the cops on me after he choked me out and everything, like everything is
Right?
just so beyond me. um I don't really know how to feel. This honestly is not my first time being assaulted by a man, obviously, and it probably won't be my last. But I feel like a lot of people have been trying to tell me how I'm supposed to be reacting or how I'm supposed to be acting or whatever after all of this. We're not the same, everybody's different, everybody reacts differently. I refuse to let this stop me from continuing to live my life. Obviously there are safety measures that I have taken. I have told my building to not, about the situation, not that he is not allowed in the building, anything like that. um
Go for her.
I came home after the police station after being there for hours. I stayed on live for like 6 hours, I don't even know, maybe longer, because I just didn't really know who to turn to exactly. I didn't know who to call. I didn't know who to talk to. I felt like going live was like my comfort thing for me. A lot of people felt the need to comment and say, personally, if that happened to me, I wouldn't be on live right now. Okay, well, that's like, I'm not you. So that's
Yeah,
that.
I could totally get that. I think aside from what I feel wasn't too good of a moves, I'm never gonna judge somebody who's been through a traumatic situation like that. We all react differently, and if that's how she wants to react after being assaulted like that, then that's her, and she has the right to do that. All I gotta say, as I've said before, is from what I've seen on the video she's done, she should never have gone back there after posting a video like that. If she wants to go back there a second time, don't post the videos yet, because this guy could have easily seen the videos, which he did, and then this happens. Like, you gotta play it smart, because you don't want to be put in situations like this, because anything can happen. We could have easily lost Sagittariousshawty based on this situation. Luckily, we didn't. So, I gotta say, ladies, please be smart. Please don't put yourself in situations like this where you'll have a guy that could react all types of ways and you don't have any outs, because that is a very, very bad situation to be in. And statistic wise, there are so much people that put themselves in these situations, and many of them don't come out alive. So please, please be careful out there.
Um, I feel like a lot of people expect me to just curl up in a fucking ball and cry and just be an anxious mess for days and days on end, and I'm not allowing a man to have that power over me. Um Anyways, needless to say, the dating series is not happening anymore. In the future, will I vlog a dating thing? Probably yes. Will I be showing the inside of their place and everything again? Probably not. Um, the fact that this whole thing is over a fucking YouTube video and me saying some things on the internet about him is insane, and the male ego is a very fucking fragile thing. Anyways, came home after being at the police station for hours. I gave my video statement and I stayed on live. Then I decided I did not want to be here. I did not want to be alone. I don't know. I did not know how I was going to react being alone. I was still in shock. I didn't know how to feel or anything. So I decided to call my father. I called my father. I gave him a little bit of a rundown of what happened. I asked him if I could come there. I then went to the hospital because when I went to the police station, they were asking me if I wanted a ambulance or anything like that, and I said no because I didn't think there was any damage done or anything. I didn't think there was enough damage done for me to need to go to see.
Yeah, I think her adrenaline was running, but a good thing that she went to the hospital. And look at that. Her dad came through for her, of course, because he does think Saji is still his baby girl. Like, she has I would say, a pretty good father, a father that is there for her in her times of need. I'm not sure about the dynamic with her brother. I know her brother is around here and there, but you never know what the true dynamic is, so I can't speak to that. But hey, her father was there for her, which is always a good thing. That's always her baby girl.
A doctor or anything. But after being home for a while and the shock wore off, I my neck was really hurting. It has been swollen all weekend. The bruises literally just appeared. I
Yeah,
don't know
that
when they appeared, but
sucks.
I just noticed them
That
today.
really
I
sucks.
have sent in pictures to the officer working on the case. I went to the hospital to get it checked out. I went to the hospital to get it checked out because I just wanted to make sure there wasn't any damage done. As I heard that after being choked, it can take a while for effects to actually happen or whatever. But yeah, I got checked out. Sorry, guys.
All right, take care, Nadine. Have a good one.
As you can see, um, multi-system trauma, blunt diagnosis, assault.
Aww.
They said that it was not broken or anything, and they gave me Tylenol and Advil and sent me home. I came home, or no, I didn't come home after that. I packed my stuff before I went to the hospital. Then I went to my dad's. I walked into my dad's house. I told him I'm tired because I was. I had stayed up all fucking night. I don't think I was able to sleep in my own place without feeling scared for my life. So, also, I just want to note that while I was being held in his apartment, I definitely multiple times did feel that he was going to end up in me. Um, it was a very, very, very scary feeling. And I am beyond thankful that I made it out and that these are the only injuries that I sustained from the whole thing.
I'm so sorry it happened to you, Sassy. That's extremely unfortunate.
Um, Anyways, yeah, and then after the police station, one of my mods came and picked me up from there. She came for emotional support, but by the time she arrived, I was already done making a statement. She picked me up, we went for food, and then she dropped me home. Um, there are a lot of my quote unquote friends who have not reached out to me at all after this. I have not heard from them or anything. The situation has really brought to light who I can count on and who I can't.
Yeah,
Um,
that's sad.
Anyways,
I think a lot of us will know and understand who our friends truly are when we are in times of need or crisis. A lot of people have said that, where people you think are your friends are not your friends. Maybe they were just around because you can give them things, maybe buy them presents, maybe do this, maybe do that. It's super sad that this has happened, and the people you expect to be there aren't the people who are there, aren't reaching out to you, aren't doing this or aren't doing that. But then again, Sagittarius friends were the types to like wait till their men are out of jail. Like yikes.
So I finished up at the hospital. I then Ubered over to my father's because I did not feel safe at home. It was still really fresh. I didn't want to be alone. I wanted emotional support from those who I was closest with. I went to my dad's. I walked in and I said I needed to rest. He said, "Okay, you can go upstairs."
Yeah, she opened a case. She said that she had to call the cops on the dude because of the situation that happened and whatnot. So hopefully she gets a positive outcome from that, and hopefully nothing happens to her, because I watch way too much Law and Crime, where people are very retaliatory, and you never know what people will do when they want to retaliate against you over stuff.
And sleep it off or whatever. Do whatever you need to do. I went upstairs. I slept. I woke up. He was gone. I then called him. He was just basically telling me, what any father would in the situation. Just don't go to men's houses, meet them in a public spot, etc. Be more careful. I then went to my friends. I stayed at my friends for 2 nights, and now I am currently home, and I will be having somebody stay with me for a few days as well.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of dude this is, cause I don't know, the types of dude that she hangs out with. I would side eye, to be honest with you, but that's a whole nother video. I mean, I've heard the stories. I remember the guy who was paralyzed. I remember Kenny. I remember multiple dudes that she used to go and see and hang out with, where you pretty much Uber her from her place to yours and whatever hangout, if you want to call it that.
That is the story. I have reached out to victim services. I will be reaching out to victim witnesses to kind of get, a rundown on what's going on with the case, if he's going to be charged, if he is, with what. Um,
Of course, he's
yeah,
charged.
but as I was saying before, I feel like a lot of people just have so much to say about how I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, if we're gonna be honest, Sassy is right. Her dudes or jailbirds typically would be a guy who's like been to jail before and or prison. Like I've said, at least one of her friends, I forgot, Tatiana, had like a dude that she was waiting to get out of jail and be with. I'm like, that kind of lifestyle isn't it for me. There's no way I would ever be anything close or tangential to that type of lifestyle. Like waiting for a dude to get out of the jail so you can be with them. Like think about effing up your life. I mean, if yeah, we've all been young, we've all done really dumb shit, but that's like really dumb shit. And then I remember her other friend that people have said died. I'm not actually even sure if she did die. I believe she did, but I haven't verified it. It's a long-winded story. Remember the friend that she pulled a prank on, and then she said it was a prank, but their friend still got upset. And that friend had like a dude that was in and out of jail as well.
Reacting to this, or how I'm supposed to be
Sub
acting and
Beaker.
everything, and um it's just kind of annoying because I literally just got off my antidepressants. I was doing well mentally for the most part. I had just started my 75 soft and everything. I was going to the gym. um Obviously, I did eat bad and not go to the gym over the weekend. It's currently Tuesday. But I do want to get back into the gym. I don't want to let this stop me from living my life and doing the things that I was planning on doing. I just need to be more cautious and have safety measures in place and everything going forward. But yeah, I refuse to let a man have enough power over me to stop me from living my life and everything. He
Okay.
already have enough had enough power over me to make me want to leave my fucking house for like 3 days. So yeah, I'm just I don't really know how to feel. I still feel kind of fucked up, and it's still like, you know, a really traumatizing thing to happen to you. Um but I don't really know, like there's not really much I can say because like it is like my fault because I did vlog and everything, and
I would say it's not your fault. What you did was dumb, stupid, but it's not your fault that you got assaulted. People should have fucking self control. And just because somebody made a fucking video about you doesn't mean you can fucking choke them out and almost unalive them. That is never a victim's fault. We are not gonna victim blame on this channel. We're not gonna allow Sagittariusshawty to victim blame herself. Just because you went out there and put yourself in a bad situation, I get it. You shouldn't have done that, but it's never your fault because some idiot can't control themselves and wants to choke you out. That is not your fault.
but even though that does not justify everything that he did, like I don't know. Anyways, that's the story. I probably sucked ass at telling it, but I really did the best that I could. Yeah. Um yeah.
Yeah,
I
hopefully she
really
heals up.
just pray that in the future he does not try anything else. And I just want to give a huge thank you to everybody who's been really helpful during this whole thing. The people that have been the most helpful are the people that I would have never, like, you know, expected. You know, the person that I reached out to, the person that got me out of like his area and everything was somebody that I wasn't even really talking to at the moment. Like
But
I
that's good. That's a good person that got you out there. Hurl says women like her need more resources to get out and away from this lifestyle. Yeah, but the thing with Sagittarius Shawty is she can live at her dad's place and not pay rent, which is a huge plus in this society. I mean, there's a lot of times where she wants money, she wants to buy things, and then the easiest way for her to do that is get in the lifestyle. Other people have a harder choice. It's either they don't eat or they do this, which I mean, there's still other options. And even with that, the argument can be made that, you know, there are proponents, there are people who feel that sex work is real work and it shouldn't, you know, be pushed in the shadows or be frowned upon. And I get that side of things. It's a very nuanced conversation that a lot of people can have when it comes to this lifestyle. For me personally, I just think Sagittarius Shawty doesn't need to be in this lifestyle. She is willingly putting herself in, as opposed to a person who might not have anything, who might, you know, be homeless or other factors are going on. Like Sagittarius Shawty has a lot out. She can live with her dad's. Her dad will feed her. She has clothes. She has, you know, food in the fridge that her dad has bought. Like she can stay there and build on herself, work on herself, go to school, do a lot of things. There's other people that don't have that opportunity. Yeah, and plus Girl Magic says she has her YouTube income. She can sell merch. She can do a lot of things, which I feel is what she should be doing, is going on the live streams every day, doing her TikTok because she's getting paid from that, do selling her merch and getting the hell out of, you know, doing the telly lifestyle, because it's not gonna work and it ends up with a lot of people getting hurt.
kind of weren't really on talking terms. I guess like we hadn't been talking. The person that's gonna come stay with me, also somebody that I had like a falling out with, that I like, I just that decided that they're gonna be here for me. My mods have been like super helpful through everything. And mind you, I haven't even met half of them. Um, Other people in my life that have been really helpful. And the people that have been reaching out to me, thank you. It means a lot. Um,
Right, Holly?
I'm
Exactly.
going to look into getting therapy and everything.
Some people do it because they feel they don't have a choice, and some people do it because they're forced into doing it.
But yeah, that I don't know if I left anything out. Honestly, like a lot of it is just such a blur because I, I was just fucking scared for my fucking life. Like honestly, that's all I can like. That's the only way to sum up the situation. It's literally just being scared for my fucking life. Um, yeah, I think that's all.
Facts,
I
girl.
had to wait obviously a few days before telling the story. I have told
Some people feel like that as well.
the story over and over and over. I've cried over this situation over and over and over. I've spent days shaking and crying. So yeah. Um
I didn't think it was gonna be this bad. Like, wow.
Obviously when it comes to my other job, I won't be working for a bit just due to safety reasons.
I
If
think that's
anyone else
best.
had questions about that, that's where I'm at with that. But yeah. Oh, he was released I think yesterday at 1:30 a.m. I received the call and an email saying that he has been released with strict orders to not come anywhere near me, my place, or anywhere he knows me to be. Yeah,
Well, so that's pretty much like just a couple days ago.
bye.
Yeah, that guy is a complete fool to like screw up your life like this because they have the evidence. It's pretty much a slam dunk case for the crown, which is the equivalent of the ADA, because the statement is there. They found her coat and her purse in his place. She's an eyewitness to the incident where she was victimized. They got pictures of the bruising. How did he get out so fast? I believe the incident happened in early February. She posted this 2 days ago, so I believe Tuesday. So that was the 26th. It took him a while to get out, so somebody had to post up some bail money. So I wouldn't necessarily say it was fast. I think he probably went in front of a judge, like how people go in the States, and bail would be set or denied. I guess he got bail set. He couldn't pay it then and there, or maybe he didn't have anybody, and he finally got out. But maybe this should be a learning lesson to him. I mean, this is definitely going to end up in, a record of some sort, whether that is like permanent or maybe it's conditional. I don't know. I don't have any power or choice over that. Or whether it ends up into probation. Once again, I don't have any power or choice over that. But he should know better not to like mess with people like that, because you're just putting your own self into a bad situation, because now he can't get into the States. He's going to have trouble going to UK, Japan, going to Australia, going to, New Zealand jobs are gonna look at this and see that you have charges on you. It's like a whole complete mess that people need to use their brains rather than their emotions and just have a conversation. If you didn't like the video, just say, hey, I didn't like the video, could you please take it down? And either she does or she doesn't. But to do this is just stupid to me. Anyways, yeah, she's wrapping this up, people. I didn't know it was gonna be this bad, but it's bad, and you know what? I feel for her because nobody should, have to go through this.
I guess that's like the end of the video. I don't really know what else to say.
All right, all right. Thank you, people, for hanging out with me. I don't know what happened to Steve. I'm gonna change the title of this to Sagittariousshawty. Once again, my condolences for her. There should be a registry for domestic abusers like there is for SA. Yeah, they should do it like they do in the UK, because in the UK you can actually call in if you're dating somebody, and they will tell you if they've had any offenses when it comes to common law or a dating situation. Uh, I forgot what that law in the UK is. Can anybody in the UK shout me out and tell me what that is called again? But yeah, I do think in Canada we need something like that. Also in the States, something like that would be really good. But hey, that's just my opinion. Maybe it will come into law sooner or later. But yeah, I do believe that ladies would need to know, because I feel that is a very good law that they have in the UK. Anyways, people, thanks for hanging out with me. And hopefully you didn't get too triggered about this, but I feel we had some good conversations in the chat, and hopefully we'll have some more. Take care of yourself.